Okay, fourth period. So, what is it called? We went on a spree, and one show gored 4 or 5 shvarim consecutively. So, what would you say? At short time.
It said the owner is going to be in bankrupt.
But he's only not only that because he's
he can only
Migufa.
pay
Only
by
pays
his-
Migufa.
only
The maximum is only going to be the value of the show. So he's not going to go bankrupt. But the question is, there are a few Nizakin that everyone's knocking on his door. So who gets? There's not enough. There's not enough to Migufa to pay everybody. So what would you say?
So sell it and you divide it.
Yeah, how do you divide it? Equally?
Yeah.
No.
So nobody says that.
Well, because the ones that the first one, if you can prove who was first.
Yeah, you know who's first. You know who's
Okay.
first. So what would you say?
And then the first one gets.
Somebody should say the first come, first serve. First one. And here it says the last come, first serve.
The last one.
That's what it says. That's what it says.
I don't think it means it came. I think
The
it
one
means
last-
where it was
yeah.
hit.
Yeah, we're talking about it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
okay. I
what-
thought much meant.
No, but why should the last one that came
Okay,
in?
now we got the interest in. And now we got
Why should the last one
now we
hit?
got,
Be the first one.
Well, he's the most recent
No, but the
victim.
Chayiv,
He's the most recent victim.
yeah, sure, but the Chayiv started with the first one, so he should really, you
he
pay
should
the
collect
person
first.
as you owe.
So that's what we would think. But the
Okay.
mission is the opposite. Yishal Nachman. The last one gets first. If there's leftover money after that, so then the one before him gets paid. And if there's more money, then the one before. The later it is, he gets paid more. Last gets paid first. And then next to last, the next to him, next to him. So you don't know why. You say the opposite. You say the first one that was damaged, he's the one who has
Recording in progress.
first bill. He has the first, he lays the first malva. And here it says the opposite for some reason.
Can I ask a question? Why we have 2 secretaries? It's the last one that read is the one that go to the Aaron Kodesh first.
I'm not sure. Not sure what he's saying.
I'm trying to equate it. In other words, when you have 2 secretaries, you read them maftir, let's say from the second one. Take them to the Aaron Kodesh, the second one goes first.
I don't know that either, but much asking is simple that if you have people that owe you money, so the one who you owe first, he collects first. The leftover money, then the next one comes.
Is that true in for what?
Yes.
Okay. So then I have no idea.
So this is the first sheet. The first sheet told the Achman is now. Reb Shimon Reb Shimon says different opinion. He gives a case. He's going to read out the case, and then we'll figure out. There were 2 shvarim that we equal amount. Each one was worth 200, and ain't an available for klum. So there's a mazik and a nizik. We'll call him nizik number 1. And ain't an available for klum. So he's entitled to 200, right? So Chatzi nizik. The Chatzi nizik. And the mazik is altogether 200, and he's entitled to 100. So what happens at that point? So the mazik and the nizik, each one of us goes to 100 because the mazik is worth 200 and he owes 100. So the nizik owes 100 of the shore of the mazik. The mazik, the original owner, owns 100. So far it's good. So far everybody agrees.
So they're partners.
They're partners. Okay, that's you're right. And then that's true. They say they're partners. So this rings the bell of Rabbi Akiva that says Yochla Ashor, that as soon as the shore damages, the nizik becomes a partner in as much as is owed him. Since he was damaged 200, and Chatzi nizik is 100, so he owns now 100 shekel of the mazik. So the shutfim, the original owner, and the first nizik are now shutfim in the shore. Now it went on. Yes, if the case, according to the case was that it was a $200 shore, and the damage owed to him is $100. So he's the happens to be exactly equal. That's just for simplicity. Now the shore went on, and it damaged more. Cause of another shore acher. Then it went on to damage another shore. This is nizik number 2, which is also shavam asan. So how would you do it now? So the Reb Shimon is saying that they are shutfim that are damaged, both of them damaged. There are 2 shutfim now, the mazik and the nizik. Reuben Shor, we'll call Reuben the Bailam, and Shimon was nizik number 1, Levi is nizik number 2. So Reuben and Shimon now became a shutfim in the shore because
They've been damaged.
this Shimon was damaged, and Reuben is the original owner. He's owed 100. So now Reuben and Shimon are now shutfim. And now we're now to damage somebody else. So the mission looks at it. Shimon looks at it. So both of them are responsible for the shor that's being mazik. You're shutfim, and now you're shor. You just got a nizik. Now you got the ownership of the shor. Now you're responsible to watch it. If you don't watch it, you're going to be responsible. So
I didn't have a chance.
yeah. So Toys has the gasha. Here we're talking about they had a chance. And if you didn't have a chance,
And
then
then
we'll
a chance
talk-
to see what's going on. This
right.
is all.
He's in the
so-
Bishmedrish and he's learning Bava Kamma. He doesn't even know that it shows mazik. He
Right.
doesn't even know. So then you're right. But then it still wouldn't be true what the Mishnah says, but we'll get back to that. But you're right. The case of the Mishnah is talking, Rabbi Shimon is talking about that he does have a chance to watch it. So he becomes responsible. So now there's a shor that was mazik that has two owners, and there's mazik a third party. The shor, Reuben and Shimon, was mazik Levi. So Levi gets paid. And what do Reuben and Shimon do? They both have to lay out from their own money. They have not their own money. They both have to give of their shor. Both of them own the shor. And Levi's going to be paid whatever is owed to him. And Reuben and Shimon are going to become partners. But till now, their partner is 100. Now they only have 100. So their partners 50-50. That's what the Mishnah says. The Levi is going to get paid his full damage.
Last one.
Right. Chati nezek, and it comes out to be 100, and happens to be the whole shor was 200, and 100 is going to be paid to him. He gets 100. What's left of the shor? Reuben and Shimon. Till now they were partners in the 200. Now they're partners in 100. Each one gets 15. Well, now it went on to damage again. So now you have Reuben, Shimon, and Levi are partners in the shor. Levi has a half partner, and Reuben and Shimon are quarter partners, and it would damage Yehuda. Yehuda is entitled to his whole 100. And Levi now, before he had 100, but now he lost half of it. So he gets 15.
No.
And each of the first two, they get 25 each. You had a shor that was a partnership of 100.
Why?
50 and
If
50.
we had,
Reuven owned.
oh, only 50.
Reuven and Shimon had 50 each, and Levi had 100.
Okay.
And now they all have to pay for their shor that was mazik. So the one that paid 100 had 100 in it. Now he's only going to have 50, and the ones that had 50 are he's going to have only 25 now.
Why 50?
That was the story because they had start again.
Levi.
Levi,
Levi pays 50.
right.
Just in there.
And Reuven and Shimon each one paid 25.
Oh, together it's
Why,
100.
why should,
And
why
now
should
they
they
have
each
left
own a
25.
third?
What is that?
Why shouldn't they each own a third?
Why shouldn't they each lose equally?
They're not equal
Yeah.
partners.
They're not equal partners. Levi owns 100 and they each own 50. And the shore damaged, the whole shore damaged. So that means that more of Levi's shore was damaged. He had a bigger part in the shore that damaged. So he has to give out a portion, proportionally to how much he has.
No, initially they were 50-50, right?
Sorry?
They were 50-50. And then when that shore that damaged the third person,
Yeah.
she
The
should
first
be a
shore-
third.
How many we had Reuben. First it was Reuben that damaged Shimon shore. Then
Yeah.
Shimon, then
The
the
Shimon and
joint
Reuben,
Shimon
Shimon
together.
and Reuben
That's true.
50-50.
At that point it was 50-50.
So
Then
that shore,
they got a
so
third
that
partner.
shore damaged. So
And they
she
got
needs to
that's
be a
true.
third.
No, Reuven and Shimon were equal partners, and it damaged Levi's shore. So
Yeah.
at that point, Levi also became a partner, but he became a partner in this shore that's worth
Oh,
200, 100, and Reuven
okay.
and Shimon each have 50. True. So now, when this shore that has three partners, one is a 50% partner, and the other one's a 25% partner. So now, when it damages, that's how they divide the damage. Is the cheshbon good?
Maybe. I have to think about it.
They're not
Okay.
equal partners. They're not equal partners. There's Reuven has half of the shore. I'm sorry, Levi has half of the shore, and Reuben and Shimon each have a quarter of the shore. So now when it damages, they each pay proportionately. So Reb Shimon we don't understand, and the Gemara is going to call him in the sheet of Rabbi Akiva that says Yuchla Shore. Means this idea that as soon as you get damaged, now you're responsible to that it damages others is because you hold that you become an owner in the shore. That's called Yuchla Shore.
Can I ask a question? Maybe the reason that he became a partner is that he can receive his chelik.
No, that's opposite. It goes the opposite. He receives his failik, and therefore he's that chayiv now for damages. That's up. That's not.
I mean, that purpose in becoming a partner that he will get.
That's not a purpose. That's the fact that he got it. As soon as the damage is now, you got to automatically pay.
But
You have
why
to-
mechayiv him on the nezik of that?
Because now that he has
Mad
something,
cow.
now that he has something, he has to watch it. And he had an opportunity to watch it. We're gonna say that's the case.
And that I get,
Okay,
technically I get.
so it belongs to you. So you got something, now you have to watch it. If he would have gotten the whole shore mazik, and now let's say the shore, the whole shore is chatzi nezek, whatever the damage was 500, and so he took chatzi nezek, and now he has the whole shore. He doesn't have to watch that shore damage. Mazel tov, you're the new owner of the shore mazik, and you got to watch that it shouldn't be mazik more. So it's the same thing over here. He has a part of the shore, so he has to watch that the shore damage. If he came shut from with the mazik, both of them have to watch that it shouldn't damage. If it damages, he has to pay it like anybody else. He's a regular owner. He has a partner. So Reb Shimon, we do understand that he goes like Rabbi Akiva, and each one automatically becomes part of owner, and therefore they're high for the damage that it does subsequently. But we still don't know pshat in the beginning of the Mishnah, the Tanna Kamma or Meir, that says that the last one is gets paid full, and then if anything left, it goes to the one before. And Moshe said it should be the opposite, that the first one that was damaged, he should get first. If anything's left, you go to the next one.
But
So-
you already answered, because the others are partners in the damage. And the last one is not. I mean,
If we said that they become partners, then it's Reb Shimon. We said Reb Shimon, that's Reb Shimon says. Reb Meir says that the last one gets paid full. If anything's left, it goes to the one before. So that's not understood yet. And that's what the Gemara is going to talk about. Reb Meir, the beginning of the Mishnah, doesn't fit with anybody. We had Machlokas before about Yuchla Ashor, Yusham Ashor. Rabbi Akiva says that automatically goes to the Nizik. Rabbi Shmuel says it doesn't. He just says how much it's worth. And the Mazik still owns the whole shore, just that he owes money. But he doesn't. The Nizik doesn't automatically own the shore. The Gemara says Tanna Kamma Reb Meir doesn't fit with anybody. Ikra Rabbi Shmuel Dama Bal Dechopus Nenu. According to Rabbi Shmuel, says that everybody's just owed money, but not that they have a chelik in the shore. So Achron Niska, the last one gets paid first. On the contrary, Rishon is coming by late. Should have said that the first one gets
like
paid.
Moshe.
Like Moshe said that that the first one that was damaged, he's owed money. And and we're looking to Ruvain, the original owner is still the owner. And when they get damaged first, he's knocking on the door. And then there's somebody else knocking on the door also. So Shimon says, I was damaged first. I'm like the first Balchov. So you should pay me up. If anything left, then you can come and take. So the Mishnah of the Chor doesn't make sense. According to Rabbi Shmuel, it wouldn't make sense. Rabbi Shmuel would have said, Rishon Niska. And Ikra Akiva, then nothing more seems to be saying. That according to Rabbi Shmuel, that'll be Allah, Rishon Niska. And Ikra Akiva, then it should be like Rabbi Shimon says. Dama Torah the shut for you. He holds that both of them become shut for the mazik and the nizik. So Hayesh Bal Mersa, Yachzer, Amid Beis, Yachzer, the Shalafano, the Kulami boy, like, which is all of them get chelik. I mean, they're not that one before. What we had Yehuda. So Yehuda gets what he does, and then everything else goes to Levi. It should all go to Levi. It should be a partnership between Levi, Reuven, Shimon. They're all partners, and that's really what Reb Shimon said. So even though the Gemara doesn't speak it out, the Mishnah means to say that according to Reb Akiva, Reb Shimon would be right. So now we got pshat. Reb Shimon. Reb Shimon holds like Reb Akiva, and that's how we explained it Rabbi Shimon. But the Gemara doesn't understand this third sheet of Reb Meir. So we have three possibilities. We have according to Reb Shmuel, Rishon Niska. According to Rabbi Akiva, it's like Reb Shimon says that the last one gets everything that's coming to him, and earlier they're all considered shutfim, and they have to pay according to how much they damaged, how much they had a part in the shore, how much they had a part in the shore, and the Mishnah of Meir says Achron Niska. We don't understand it. Why does the last one get first? Amar Rabbi Lo Rabbi Shmuel, Dama Bal Chobas Nenu. Rabbi holds like Rabbi Shmuel that the mazik, the original Bailam owns the shore completely. It does people. But the kasha was, how come the first one doesn't get paid completely? And then it goes down. It should be Rishon. The case was that the Nizik grabbed it. The Nizik really doesn't have a right to grab it because the mazik owes him money, but he's scared the mazik is going to. And doesn't own the chelik in the shore. According to Akiva, has a chelik in the shore. According to Rabbi Shmuel, he doesn't have a chelik in the shore. But he was scared the mazik is going to run away, or the shore, he's going to sell the shore or something like that. Whatever, he's going to get rid of the shore. He'll shecht it, whatever. So he wanted to make sure he's going to hold on to his migufa. So he grabbed the shore. So now what? So why does that make him responsible for damages? He becomes a shomer socher. What's a shomer socher mean? A shomer that's watching the shore. You have to watch the shore that it shouldn't get damaged and it also shouldn't damage. So he's responsible. Why is he a shomer socher? Why is he getting paid? He's getting paid the benefit that he has what to collect from. The fact that he holds on to the shore, he's not doing it for free. He's doing it because he gets something out of it. He gets out of it that the Bailam shouldn't be able to take it away, to hide it, to sell it. So that's considered a safar. He's getting benefit out of it. So he's being paid, and he has to watch it now. So now he's responsible.
Which one?
Nizik, call him Shimon. Ruvain, shore damage, Shimon shore. So Shimon's owed $100, but he doesn't have anything in the shore. Just the Bible owes him $100, but he wanted to hold on to the shore that to make sure that the Bible doesn't take it away, and he should be able to have it to collect from. But he becomes a shomer. It's not his shore. According to Akiva, he's a shomer. It belongs to him. Partly, according to Rabbi Shmuel, he's a shomer because he's benefiting from this watching it. So therefore, he's responsible for the damages that it does. And that's why he's responsible for all the damages. He's responsible for all the damages. The owner is not responsible. I gave it to a shomer. So Achron Niska means the last one's going to get paid. And then the shomer, but who's he getting paid from? From the shomer. The shomer doesn't have to pay more than the shore. He's also, because we goof, doesn't take out of his pocket. He has to pay. He has to take out of his pocket. Out of his pocket. He's not taking it out of his pocket. He's taking it from the shore. The shore is, and even though it's not his shore, it's the Mazik shore.
Responsible for it.
The Mazik says he took away my shore. Mazik has tinus on Reuven has tinus on Shimon. You took my shore. It's true, I damaged you, have to pay you. But you took my shore and you didn't watch it. So you have to pay. You have to pay, but you only pay from the shore. You pay from the shore, you don't pay from your pocket. Yes, even though I didn't give it to you to take, the Bible says I didn't give it to him. He grabbed it, and now he didn't watch it. So therefore, okay. So that's the reason why the last one is eligible. Whatever gets left over is going to go to that. Each one, the whole story is always going to be the damage each time, and each one grabbed it. The more is the kasha that what? Let's say that's the kasha that I'm asking. That's the most kasha that the owner. I need help. The Yehuda, let's say he's the last one. He's the one who gets 100. He gets, and now there's left over.
What's left over? The show was mazik less than it's worth. So who should get what's left of the show?
So the owner says it's my show.
The first nizik, you lost your money because you didn't watch it, and it was mazik.
You are showing so
you were supposed to get $100 on the show, but you lost your money because it was mazik the next guy $100.
So you have to pay him how much was
mazik. You have to pay
mazik.
him 100. So you stay with nothing.
You have nothing. Whatever I owe you, I still owe you money. The owner says I owe you money, don't I? How much money? It was 100. Let's say 200.
$100 short.
And now I owe you
100 on it. But now your 100, which you were supposed to get,
you wasted it by not.
You wasted it. You gave
by
it
not watching it.
And now it was about to someone else 100.
But I still own. I still own the whole show. I own the whole show. So everything should come back to me.
Biden says I own the whole thing. It should come back to me. But the money of the hezek, the assumption
that
was
I owe you
the same amount of
and I owe you money for the hezek I did to you, but you took that money and you owe somebody else. So I should get the rest of the money.
Mr. Nizik one should stay with nothing.
How come everything goes to Nizik number one? Nizik number one pays Nizik number two because he was a Shomer Socher that was negligent, whatever, he's responsible. But the rest of the money, why does it go to Nizik number one? It should go to the Bailam. Because he wasted his money by not being Shomer. What? Let's talk about just tunes instead of making it so complicated. Two nizakim. So nizik number two got paid, fine, because nizik one was negligent as in shmira, and then whatever's left over, nizik number one gets. The Bailam says, "Give it to me." It's true that the Bailam is gonna get.
What's left? If the hezek was the same amount, then nizik number one blew his money because it goes to nizik number two.
If the hezek nizik number one did to nizik number two was less than was done to him, so then he has the right to get that difference because he only has to pay out because he wasn't shomer. So as much as I wasn't shomer, so I'll pay you and then I'll get the rest. But Anachambi, the Bailam does get
the rest of the shore.
Same shot that the Mishnah is going to be that the Meir is because the Shomer was posher in the case where he grabbed it, and he has a Chiv Shmira. Period. The Ma'im Kim took Rabbi Shmuel. So we explained that Rabbi holds like Rabbi Shmuel, but Rabbi Shimon does not like Rabbi Shmuel, and now the Gemara is going to go say what was simple to us, that Rabbi Shimon is like Rabbi Kiva, and the Gemara is going to ask Rabbi Shimon is like Rabbi Kiva. The Gemara says yes, Rabbi Shimon is like Rabbi Kiva. What is easy? The focus between Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Shimon is really going to be Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Shmuel. Right. The case of Rabbi Shmuel is going to be where he grabbed it, and according to Rabbi Akiva, does not tfisa because we're shutfim. What does it mean tfisa? You automatically own whatever you own, and I own what I own. And he didn't watch it. But the question might be that he's not watching it. You took my show and you should be high for the shmira. Okay. Yachim say for Rabbi Shimon Omer, the whole story about how Rabbi Shimon divided it. This is a quote of the whole Mishnah for a couple of lines now. Shoshav Mosayim Bein and Beli Yafaklum. Zenotul Mana Bezenotul Mana. The Mazik and the Nizik are now shufim. Chazar ben Nogach Shoachia Shav Mosayim. Now this shore that has two owners now damaged another time. The last one is going to get his 100, and the previous owners are going to get 50 each. And then so again, the last one gets the whole thing. Each. That's all the Mishnah. The long quote of the Mishnah. And then what this means to say, that doesn't make sense according to Rabbi Shmuel. This pshat makes sense according to Rabbi Kiva. The Amar Torah the shutfihu, that automatically they become shutfim. Each nizik becomes a shutuf in how much he's owed, and he owns the shore, and that's why Rabbi Shimon makes sense. But Reisha Rabbi Shmuel b'Sefer Rabbi Kiva, is that going to be the pshat? And the one says yes, Amri in, yes, that's the pshat. And here's no dochik at all. It's not one Mishnah, it's two around the Amrim. It's very nice that Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Shimon are arguing the machlokes of Rabbi Kiva and Rabbi Ishmael. That Rabbi Meir holds like Rabbi Shmuel, and Rabbi Shimon holds like Rabbi Kiva. And the Gemara says, yes, it's no problem. The Amrei Shmuel Rabbi Yehuda, Shinin Shvok Mastisim B'Tov Basroi, Reish Rabbi Shmuel B'Sefer Rabbi Kiva. There was another place where Rabbi Shmuel, there was such a problem, and there's a dochak over there, and Shmuel even said over there that we'd rather make that Rabbi Shmuel and Rabbi Kiva should be the pshat in the Mishnah. And here it's much better because over here it's Mam B'Shul Manti Yamrim. So surely that's not a problem. Rabbi Meir holds like Rabbi Shmuel, Rabbi Shmuel holds like Rabbi Kiva. End of the sugya.
The problem was that what the safe is also talking when he grabbed it.
So now
You said that no. You were going now that the ratio is a bishmol and he grabbed it. And
so then the safe also, but it's not nice.
Well, it's
It
not
has to be
nice.
the same case. And what's the really problem? That if he grabbed it,
So
even though I was him, but you grabbed it, so he took away. It should be a shomer on my part also.
So there's a thesis on top. He said the Rashi says different. I don't know what Rashi says.
Yeah, so we're looking at Tosfos now.
All the way on top.
The Tosfos is there. How's we keep it going to hold? Good enough. 1 second. דווקא בשמות לא נעשה שם מסוכר. יהיה בקיבה.
השוט וננו בקיחה שישיב אחד ובשוט הנזק. לא נעשה שם מסוכר אלא מחלקו. ועל כל אחד מוזכר לשמור חלקו.
But you took it away.
So Tosfos
talks about the issue, but we don't understand.
What's he saying? That each one has to watch his half? What does that mean?
Even though you took it.
What happens when you have a share of two shots? Who's chayiv to pay?
Both of them. But
both are watching it?
Whatever they made up, but if one of them grabs it,
share of two shots. I watch Sunday, you watch Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if it was mazik on my day, then I pay the whole? I don't know.
But over there, at least I can say that was the upmark, that I want you to watch it. I'll watch one day, you watch the other day, so as if the both of them are responsible. But if somebody grabs it, so he shouldn't he be responsible? What?
It's really half.
It's half his, but he's not a Shemzach on my half. What gave him a right? You can't have a time that what gave you the right to take it. I have as much right to take it as you have to take it. So till we get settled in Bezdin, we'll sell it, whatever. So there's no time why I took it. So you can't call me a Shama Socha.
So who was afraid to watch it? You took it.
What happens to do?
Who has to watch it?
Both of them are required to watch it. Both of them are required to watch it. What do they do that it's not?
The animal is being watched.
What is that?
Should them have to make sure their animal is being
So
watched.
even though one should have took it home, the other should have also has to. Interesting. Okay. Why?
Yeah. The question was, both of them really should and one of them took it. So does that make is he a shomer socha for the is he a shomer socha for the other half that he doesn't own? Half of it is his, and that's why he took it. And
yeah,
no, one thing.
I would think
and the other one is he also responsible to pay from his hand?
He's loaner in the car.
If it's mine, if it's mine, yeah, but if it's mine and somebody grabs it, he's a Shomasach. But if it's both of ours, and one of them took it, is he a Shomasach on the partner's half? That's what we're talking about. Okay, the Gemara is happy with all that. The rest of the Gemara is a bonus. Going on a cruise, or more or less on a cruise. More or less on a cruise about a different subject. And it has to do with the currency that it talks about in the Gemara. Mamish a side issue. And the Gemara is going to bring our Mishnah as a raya. Mamish a side issue. Just a little introduction. There's the Torah says shekel sometimes. Chamisha shkalim. What else does it say? Shloshim kesef shloshim shkalim yitain. It says the word shekel as the amount of money. And the Rabban also use the word shekel. What? And again, seller. The word seller. The Torah doesn't use the word seller. The Torah uses the word shekel. Shekel is the seller. The Rabban also use the word seller. And the question is going to be how much is that? When the Torah uses the word shekel, which is a seller, it has a certain amount of money. And the question is 4 zuz. It's 4 zuz. And when the Rabbanan say the word seller, there's going to be a question. What do they mean? Do they mean the same value as the Torah is talking about? Or are they talking about a different value? The currency of the seller that Rabbanan are talking about is a different currency value. And the Gemara is going to say that it could be that's an eighth. That it's an eighth of the value of the seller that the Torah talks about. Torah talks about slime, and the Rabbanan talk about slime, and it could be that when the Rabbanan, and truth is going to be so, that when the Rabbanan talk about seller, it's really an eighth of what the Torah calls a seller, and to translate it, a seller is 4 zuz, and when the Rabbanan say, a zuz is a dinner, by the way, also, the word dinner and zuz is the same thing, and when the Rabbanan talk about a seller, they really mean a half a zuz. A seller of the Torah is 4 zuz, and when they say the word seller, they mean half a zuz. That's what the Gemara is talking about. What's that have to do with Asuki Bava Kamma? So here the Gemara goes. Tanasam, Hatakel lachaver nosam l'seller. Rabbi Yehuda Omer Mishum Rabbi Yosef Levi Mana. How much does a person have to pay for boshes by screaming into somebody's ear, either with a shofar? So not with the damage, whatever damage, you go to the ear doctor and you find how much the damage was.
Embarrassing.
But the embarrassment, how much you have to pay? So it seems to be a very, very big machlokus. Either a seller, embarrassment, boshes.
Screamed it even in public?
He screams in his ear.
I assume in public.
I see all the politicians. That's what's been happening a couple of months ago. The left was screaming, going to the,
Eons ago.
and they were okay. If things changed, things happened since then. But so it's a boshes to scream in somebody's ear. Maybe fine again. So how much you have to pay for the boshes besides the nezek, whatever? So machlokes seller or basically it says a mana, which is a very, very big difference because even if you take the seller is going to be that's our subject of how much is the seller. But the most it could be is going to be 4 zuz, and it's 100 zuz. So it's very, very big difference. So it's a question. But the most have a question, maybe a seller is even going to be a half a zuz. That's going to be the silver. How much is a seller? That's the Mishnah. Now starts a story. Somebody did this. He embarrassed his friend.
Why call him? Close the question. Why call him?
It means it's some fellow man.
Yeah, well,
Fellow man.
it should say the.
Same way the Winston's wasn't.
He's animal, right?
It was fellow. Chaver doesn't chibur.
Maybe it's a relation of the other fellow Jew.
Okay, fine. It's me to illustrate.
Why you circling the cell?
That's going to be the subject.
So-
It's where do your graphics.
But
Makes it easier for us to understand.
Shalchei Rav Tuvi bar Matan like a media of Yosef. So Rav Tuvi bar Matan, he was the Rav that was pasking in this case that somebody did it, pay boshes. So he might be a question: how come you pay boshes? Rashi has a problem. You don't pay boshes in Bava Kamma. So Rashi has a problem with that, but he's paying boshes. So Shalchei Rav Tuvi, they had the question: Salat Suri Tanan or Salat Medina Tanan? When it says in the Mishnah, you got to pay a seller. He's not going like a basically 100. He's only going to charge him a seller. How much is a seller? Is a seller a Tyrian seller? Torah is tire, and that happens to be the value of the Torah seller, or does it mean seller Medina, which is the common one? So there seems to be a difference between the Tyrian coins and other common coins. That Tyrian coin was more pure silver, and say it seems that it was 8 times purer. The other metals that they mixed in, the alloys, whatever. So in Torah they put very little. It was mostly silver, and other places they put 7 times or 8 times, whatever, 8 times. 7 8 of other metals. So whatever the case is going to be, the Sela Tzori is worth 8 times more than the Sela Medina. So when the Chachamim say a Sela, which one do they mean? Sela Tzori, which happens to be, that's what the Torah calls a Sela. The shekel, the Sela of the Torah is that same value as it had in Tyre, or it became, they mean the common. So it's just a question, when Rabbanan say Sela, what do they mean? Amalei, so Rav Yosef said to him, or sent to him, Tinisui, what do you mean right from our Mishnah? It says in our Mishnah, whole story. There was a 200, and they get Chasinez because 100, and then they divide Shutfim, they become 50-50, and then they become Shutfim again, they become 25-25, and end of story. And it doesn't go further. It could have gone further. Why doesn't it say the case that now it was Nogeach another time? They put in over there Yisachar. Very Ruvain was Mazik Shimon, and then the joint show was Mazik Levi, and then the joint show was Mazik Yehuda, and the story is end. You could have gone another, and I still continue the story. It's going so nice. Why don't you continue more? So the Gemara understands the only reason why he stopped is because then we're going to get into half coins. You're going to talk about 20, when you divide it 50, you got 100, 50, 50, 25, 25, or 12 and a half. So now, it's not a kasha, you're not going to say fractions. But if there's such a coin that happens to be a half a zuz, as we said, that it's hard to say that it's a Sela Medina, means that it's going to be an eighth of 4 zuz. Eighth of 4 zuz is a half a zuz. So there is a coin that's called a half a zuz. So how come it doesn't say that each one's going to pay 12 and not to say half? Half wouldn't be a kasha. How come it doesn't say 12 plus a seller? Because the word seller means half a zuz. Must be, that's what's right. The fact that it doesn't go to the story doesn't continue, it must be because you're only going to get into half a coin. To say half a coin is not a kasha. Why it doesn't continue to halves? That's not nice. But if you could say a coin, 12 seller, but 12 zuz plus a seller. If the word seller means half a zuz. So maybe we would say it's not a kasha, but the Gemara thinks it's a right.
So today, you could say a half because there's a coin of a half a shekel.
But if it wouldn't
You're
be,
not gonna say 1358 because there's no agrivolt.
no agrivolt
So no
anymore.
one's going to charge 58 agrivolt. Only something which.
And even if you're going to have such a story, that's what it comes down to. We're not going to talk about it. So that was Rav Yosef's right. Then he saw it right from a Mishnah. If it goes down till each one pays 25. If the Tana uses the lashon of a Sela Medina, which is half a zuz, a trace of a seller, why doesn't it go further? 12 zuz plus a seller, because there's a word that means this seller is going to mean a half a zuz. Must be, there's no such thing. And when they want to say the word seller, they also mean 4 zuz. So Rabbi Tuvia Bar Matana was not impressed with the Rav Yosef. He should continue going on and on like a peddler. Peddler asked him, he goes, I have this and I have this and I have this. He keeps on going. So it's not a kasha. How far should the story go? They could have gone further also, but it's not a kasha. And we also, I think that impressed that the Mishnah goes so far to tell you so many stories. It could have also stopped after one two nizak. How come it says 3 nizak after Reuven, Shimon, Levi, Yehuda? Could have gone on to Yisachar. Could have gone on. It's not a riot. So the Gemara is matchar riot, no riot. So we still don't know what a seller is. Is it seller 4 zuz or is it half a zuz? What is the maskana? What are we going to find?
Nothing to do with us.
Now we're in the cruise. That's going on already. They answered the question from the statement of Rav. He's not right from Mishnayos, but Rav said something. He says, "Kol kesef b'Torah kesef." Sorry, whenever it says some kind of monies in the Torah, is talking about the Tyrian kind of coinage, which is going to mean that a seller, the shekel of the Torah, is going to be zuz. When the Rabbanan talk, they're talking about the common coin, which is half a zuz. And really, it is half a zuz, and the reason why the Mishnah doesn't say it is only because it didn't want to go on continuing. It could have continued the story also. Now, some nice stories. This is another story that has nothing to do with it. The subject, and it has more to do with Hilchos Tzedakah, which is relevant. It continues the same story as before. That he sent to Tuvia Bar Matana, and the answer came back that it's only going to be a half a zuz. So he got
because of Rav.
Because of Rav. Not because of the Mishnah, but because of Rav. But the story continues. How do they find out this member of Rav? I'm not sure, but it's in the middle of the story.
And the Mishnah would have been mashma, not like that.
Right, if anything, we'd not in the Mishnah. But the Maisa, Rav says it's only a half, and the story, and somehow this information came, it doesn't say who brought the information in, but the Maisa, maybe you have Yosef, Hashtua, the Medrash, the background over there, so the Maisa, it's only episodes. So this person that got embarrassed by somebody streaming you to his ear, the Rav said to the Mazik, you got to pay him half his zuz. He got this half his. Got the whole pocket. This is a hook to the push. He told him. He told him, "Mazik, put it there." The guy gives him change in the makola in front of the push. I don't need to change. So he said, "Put it down here." Then he said, "On second thought, lay next finale do on it. Aisel, every bein I'll take care of myself." He has to be recuperated from Hitosha Shut, from the tekiah. So he said, "This guy, I'll take it. I'll go. I'm gonna have Yosef too late." That once he said, give it to tzedakah, it already belongs to the aniyan.
I learned this halacha this morning. I gave it over in the Beit Midrash. He said that you give, if you promise, if you can count yourself to give tzedakah, it's counted as a shavur. Or neder of a shavur.
He even says that it belongs to them already.
And you chayv on.
And you have to give it.
You have to give it, or else you call the. It's theirs already. Right.
He's a ganav.
Tosis has the kasha. Why do you need it? But lo yad, because it's going to say yad aniyim. But this is befichos and tzedakah.
Let it be because of the shvur. The Gemara is going to talk about that. There's some result financially. They already own it already. Let it be a bit of shvur. So what do you say?
You wouldn't be able to have that.
Shilabolola. I don't get it.
And if you delay the giving it to the ani and you can give it, you offer not fair minimum.
That's why it's no shilabolola.
You get it. Someone owes money.
But if he says, and now they got on him, so the best is he didn't get it.
On my money, I'll give it. Then for sure.
And if he says, what's the bars that help now? Yes. So that's why it wouldn't be bifichos tzedakah. But now here, that's the question. Yeah, that's the question. That's the answer.
We just wanted to borrow it again.
Who wanted to borrow?
This guy.
They go, I'll give tzedakah. I'll give tzedakah.
He said, you know what, for now give it to me, I'll already give later to that stuff.
So also, yeah, because it belongs to them. If it will be only bifichos tzedakah, so I'm going to give. I'll give one day. I don't have to give this.
But we hear that the aniyim was zochos, so you can't just take from the aniyim to buy.
But if he said, I'm going to give this, it doesn't. It's a sure they have to give this,
After
but
this,
they didn't
sure.
get it yet. He's saying he'll still be able to use it. Interesting.
You can use it.
Here the Gemara says you cannot use it because the already the name own it. Because once you said it, the Gemara says once you said I'm going to give it, the name is zocha. I forgot the leka niyam mocha. There are no poor people, so how are they zochan it? Anad yala niyam anan. We the gabbat tzedakah. He's considered the hand of the niyam and he's zocha for them. Even though he didn't put it, whose hand is it? It didn't what? He didn't give it to him yet.
There's another thing.
Did he give it to him? Maybe the dying took it. Who took it? Whose hand is in it? Who has
the mazik's hand? It's okay. I
So,
have
yeah,
half a shekel on his hand. He's ready to pay.
So who's Anan Yaranim? Who's Anan?
Rav Yosef, the best, right?
He didn't get it yet. If it's supposed he didn't get it yet.
Until they sell it, then they're the ones splitting up everything.
So Bezin did have
Oh,
it.
yeah,
They're not selling it. What? There's a coin. Not a coin. The Mazik is the Chayiv. The Rav said, Mazik, you have to give him emphasis. He gave it to him already. He gave it to the Dain.
They probably know.
So if the Dain didn't get it yet, the Gabas nobody got it. What's the Nan Yaranian? Maybe the case was.
Once already you made the commitment, that's already like it's in his hands. Even though
That's what I want to know. Is that considered that as in his hands?
sounds like it. It sounds like his word is already a commitment and it should be in his hands.
Rashi said Rabbi was the Gabas stuff, right?
If they're both standing there,
The
the
Mamash Shloshim, right?
mazik's there.
And the Mazik says to the guy,
Nizik says,
the Nizik says to the
"Oh."
Mazik, give it to Tzedakah. And the Gabbai happens to, Gabbai wasn't there, Rav Yosef was someplace else.
So then-
Tuvia by whatever. He was the one who was there. You're saying that the Dain is also a Gabbai Tzedakah or something like that. Somebody.
Yeah, but the shell is. But again, let's say there's a mazik, a nizik, and an oni. And the nizik says, "You mazik, instead of giving it to me, give it to the
If he mamish, I give it to him.
guy." Let's say, but he didn't give it yet. So what do you say? For zochel b'yanker?
You want to say Mamash Shloshim. You're saying that that's what you want to do, right? You want to create a Mamash
So
Shloshim
the
case.
reasons could be like we have-
So that's the Kiddush. That the business like the Yaranim, and since this tells the Mazik, give it to Aniyim, the business also has a head of a Gabbai Tzedakah. Also,
That was part of the halacha. It's in Grand Street, Shulchan
Kappa Gavdulak Aniyim Mocha, Anan Yaranim. Dama Vidam Shmuel, Yisomim.
Aruch.
Top of the page, Yisomim, Einan Svichen Prusbol. The Chain Tani Rami Bava Kamma, Yisomim Svichen Prusbol. Why? Rabbi Gamliel, Beis Din, Avin Shal Yisomim. Oh, Hain. That Prusbol means that it over to Bezdin, whatever you owed money in order that you should be able to collect it even on after Shmita. But the Yisomim don't have to do it because Bezdin already takes care of all their issues. So it's as if they gave it to Bezdin. So the same way the Bezdin takes care of the Yisomim, those take care of the Aniyim. And if somebody donates stuff, the Bezdin, maybe so the question is I was only Damish Lush, getting a little getting intricacies over here. Do they have to be there? Does somebody says it? When someone says it already, the guy wherever he already is Zocha, this I don't know. This I don't know. And then a cute story, which I'm not sure what's going to be with this. A new story also about being Tokea, being by somebody and getting happiness. Chanan Bisha, the bad Chanan. We'll see a second one. He has such a nickname. He did this. He embarrassed somebody by shouting into his ear. Also, like I made Ravuna to collect the boshes. So he passed like this finish saying that he only gets half a zuz. So Havale Zuza Maka. So this Chana, the mazik that has to give half a zuz, he had a zuz. He only had a whole zuz. But it wasn't a good zuz, it was Siklap. It wasn't a good zuz. He wanted to get change. He went to a couple of stores to get change. He said, well, I'll be back in a minute. He went to a couple of stores to get change. No one wanted to give him change. That's just a kind of a coin. It's not a good coin. He wanted to get half a zuz out of it, but he couldn't get any change. So he screamed at him a second time, and he gave him the whole zuz.
Indeed.
So what do you want? What does he want? The story is cute, of course, and evil also. But what? There's
they want to get his money.
Situation give him a knafish if they know a whole one.
Another whole zuz.
Yeah. If I would have been in the Bezdin, I would have made such a knaf.
Maybe that would be the end of the story. It doesn't say it. So I don't know what the Gemara wants us to take out. The Gemara wants everybody to smile. But after that, what are we supposed to do with the story?
You learned that it's a half a zuz.
We knew that already. That we knew. That's not.
Maybe it's a finish you could take with the head zuz.
No, because there was a suffix on the coin. It's not a good quality coin.
It was, but it's okay. I think the other thing is about that also. Okay, saying that nothing. This is only for the extra credit, for the bonus, for the Dafyomi experience. That it should be. I don't know. Maybe it's something else to learn. New Mishnah.
I want to see what picture they would have shown.
Shoshu muad lamino, veina muad l'shem amino. Sure, so going into Elchus muad, that makes something to be a muad. So he's a muad only for his type. Let's say it only starts up with selected.
Sorry, the previous Mishnah was Moed or was it Moed or Tam? There was Tam, right? Because it's Tam.
The whole case was about Yuchla Rashor, Yushim Rashor. The whole case was only because if it be a muad, just point out. I was talking about if it would have been a Shamua that was Mazik, so then the Muad is high everything. The Nizik doesn't have any shaykhs to the Shamua, he has a bill, and they're all knocking on the door of the Mazik, and we go to the marshal comes, we go to the bank account, then nothing to the shore. It has to do with his whole estate. He's high to pay, and if he has only a certain amount of money, so it's going to be the first one. His Mazik is high, gets paid first, like any kind of Balichol. There wouldn't be any machlokas over there. Here's a case of Shom Muad, but it's only a Muad V'mino. He only starts up with Shvom. He doesn't start up with other animals. Or another case, didn't say a psak yet. It just said a case. It's a Muad V'mino and a Muad Shenamino. Or it's a Muad V'mino. It only starts up with people. It doesn't start up with animals. Or Muad V'mino. It only starts up with small animals. It doesn't start up with big animals. So the halacha on all these cases are, till now was cases, 3 cases. Now comes the halacha. I'm reading it the way. Eshe umuad lo mishalem nezek shalem, ve'eshe einam umuad lo shalem chatzi nezek. Whatever you're umuad for, whatever you're not in it. So he's a umuad lamino. So if he's going to be nogeach mino, he's going to pay nezek shalem. But if he's going to be nogeach einam he's not. Or until now he only was a umuad la'adam, but he's going to be nogeach behema. He's only going to pay chatzi nezek for the behema. And also ketanim, and now he did gedolim. He's only going to pay chatzi nezek for that. He could be a partial umuad. He could be divided. Some things he's a umuad, some things he's not. How about such a case that he only is Nogeach and Shabbos now on the weekday? You're going to say also in time, also divides in time. Yes, yes, that's the way it is. That it could be that it's only Mazik and Shabbos. For some reason, he smells Shalom to get excited, and he's only Mazik and Shabbos.
For the clothing.
Right, could be the Gemara is going to say something like that. I didn't see it yet. There's such a thing as being only on a certain day. And on that day is a muad, on other days not. For some reason, I don't know if you can say it also on Tuesday and Wednesday. He only says it on only mazik on Tuesdays. Maybe we could find something to association, something was on Tuesdays. But if you see it, he's only mazik on a certain day, and other days he's not mazik, so then he's only mazik for that day, and he's going to pay On that day, he's going to pay for that.
Well,
That's
So the
Shalom.
double
On the other days, not.
is schizophrenic cow.
No, we're saying now, we're saying he has a reason. He has a reason why in this situation it gets excited, in this situation it doesn't.
And we'll say, you tell me, she asked
No,
about
but it's according to the day, not according to the seals.
Let's see the Gemara.
And we'll say, you tell me, she asked about Shabbos, she made Shabbos. If he was in wood only for Shabbos, so then it always become a time. We had before, a long time ago, that he has to take that, let's say 3 days. Now he has to be in time for 3 days. There was a question over there making acid test. If the kids are jumping on him and pulling him, and he's also, that's maybe it's possible to make it even, to rush it up and make him a time back, to make him back to a time in 1 day, but without that special test. So then he has to have 3 days usually. So here he's going to have 3 Shabbosos. We had a question over there, if he gave the gichos, if he did it 3 times in 1 day, but if you only have days dafka, not 3 times in 1 day wouldn't make him a mazik. He has to have 3 separate days. So then mitmol shel shom, the more dashin over there has 2 days. So and that's how we pass. If I remember correctly, that he has to be that he's only more. I forgot why we passed over there.
I thought we said we can reach.
There was a question
between us.
There was a question over there. Okay, 3 times in 1 day, does it become a mazik more or not? So according to Mandam, it says that only 3 days, but this shore was not more for 3 days, only 3 Shabbos. So how does he come a time? Only if he's not, it wasn't on again 3 Shabbos. And Messiah time is about giving me Shabbos. But if he's not going to be negech on a weekday, it doesn't show anything because he wasn't even in mood for the weekday. He's only in mood for Shabbos. So now so we read the Mishnah according to our Girsa, but our Girsa is not so simple. There's going to be a focus in the Gemara about the right Girsa is. Here it says in the Mishnah, it says. Take away there. This vav, one vav over it. Many vavs. In each case, there's a vav. Can I get it? I can't get it. Okay, I'll do that. The vav of it.
The number N was trying to say.
Okay. Okay, whatever it is. All this vav.
Well, don't see the vav, you'd be good.
And this vav. Okay, so it had 3 cases. The way we read the Mishnah, the case was there's a word lamino, and we know. Okay, let me. It's covered up and over again. What am I doing? Okay, this ve'eno. The way you read it is the mino, and fact he's a word l'shenamino. There's even a case. It's a case that he was a mordamino and not a mord. Means that we see that when he passes by oxen, he gores, and when he passes by a sheep, he doesn't. That's one way to read the Mishnah. That's the way
to other shorim, he's a more.
To a mord. That's the halacha. Eshem mordamino. No mishal is a sham. But the gears is not so simple. Itmar is vid amma ve'eno. He had the gears like we have. The gears in our Mishnah is printed according to Rabbi's vid. Papa Amar ain't no more tonight. It doesn't have a vav. Take out all the vavs. So how do you read the Mishnah? Shosha more lamino ain't no more the sheina. It's a psak. It's a psak. It's not saying a case. It's saying a psak. You should know that a show which is more lamino does not make him a more to other shvarim. Does not make him more to sheep. He's only if you see that he's a more for one type, it doesn't make him a more than other types. That's our focus. It's a very big difference. What does that mean? If he gored one type, oxen, so he is assumed to be a word for all types of animals. In the case we know that he's not, then he's not. The Mishnah reads more than mino, ain't a word the mino. There's no more more. Menastam is not. That's what the Mishnah says. More than mino is not. If you say and, that means a more than mino. And he's not, that doesn't mean and he's not. That's the case. How do you prove it? You have to prove it. You have to pass by sheep and not go there. But according to Rav Papa, even if he didn't pass by sheep and not, minastam, if he was a mudamino, it doesn't make him mitam l'shein. I was really dying say. Now the Gemara is going to say why the raya was from. I was really dying sefer Papa dying Resha. There are a few cases in the Mishnah, and that's why the Gemara is going to prove from each side. I was really dying sefer the Ketani more the Ketani and more the Gdolim. The case of the small oxen and the big oxen. Now, just the question is this vav. The Mishnah, the Gemara prints the vav, but that's what we're talking about. This vav, is this vav correct or not? when it says in the Mishnah, Tanim, something, ain't a word Gdolim, is it say ve'eno or does it say eno? The Gemara is going to prove that it should be ve'eno. Yeah, Mishnah ve'eno muad Tani. If the Mishnah means to say that muad Tanim, and you know that he's not a word Gdolim, etc. Hastame, having word. If you put the vav, it means that without knowing, if you don't know differently, it is a word. That's what Zvid says. That when a stam word the Tanim is a word Gdolim. Just if you happen to know that it's not a word Gdolim, because the past part Gdolim didn't start up with them. So then, Hakamash Malon, the people of Tanel Gdolim, Nami Mistam having word. The Mishnah is telling you a Chiddush that isn't more than the big Chiddush. You see so far, you only started up with three small animals, three small oxen. And now you say that makes them to be a muad for big oxen, even though you didn't see. So that's a Chiddush. Ella Yamad Deina Muad Tani, if the way it like a papa doesn't have the verb, only said Stam, Muad the Ktanim is not a Muad the Gdolim, Stam of the Lavi Muad, that's what it's to tell you, that a Muad the Ktanim is not a Muad the Gdolim, that's a Chiddush. Hashti Yeshloma Miktanim Dalma Stama Lavi Muad, Miktanim Dalma Srichel Mema, Lavi Muad. The Mishnah said about two meaning, two different types of animals, that one doesn't make him a muad to be another man. And the Gemara understands that it means both of them are small animals. Different type, but a small animal, same size. And that already tells us that it's not a muad. Is there a chiddush to say that it's not a muad to a big one? A big one is much bigger, much more pasha to us that it's muad to a small animal is not going to be a muad to a big animal. You don't start with somebody bigger than you. Different type. Small chiddush. Big chiddush. That a different type is a big chiddush that is not considered more to the other one because it's the same size. And you say no, just because it did one min doesn't mean it's going to be another min. But if you start up with somebody bigger than you, that's more pasha that you're not going to start up with somebody bigger than you. So that's why. It must be right that it must be the other way. It must be minastam. It is a muad. So it says first. That's the order of the chiddush now. First it tells you that different min minastam he's not. Minastam he is a muad. And then it tells you minastam is even a muad to a bigger one. That's a chiddush.
Right.
To sum it up, the Gemara holds that small pasha that you don't start up with somebody bigger than you. Same min, different min. Somebody bigger, you stay away. And if the Mishnah says that you're a muad for a different type, there's still a bigger chiddush that you're muad even for a bigger animal, a bigger one. But if it told you first that min astam you're not a muad for a different type, then surely you're not a muad for a bigger animal. That was the Gemara's kash. That's how it was wanted to prove that he's right. But Papa Malacha, it's all the parts made by Almin the party. Loshnik Domli Day, Loshnik Tali Day. Kamash Manan the Babi Muad. The purpose says not so simple. It could be that it is a chiddush. Even though min astam a muad for one min is not a muad for another min. It's still a chiddush that a muad for a small is not a muad for a big. You might think that is for that it's easier to start up with the same type, even big ones. So it's a chiddush. It's a chiddush that I'm saying wrong. I'm not getting it now. I'm not getting myself. How does it go? The Gemara wanted to know what the chiddush is. Papa, you told me already that a muad to a different man, no, muad to one man is not a muad to another man.
Still, you have to say. So that a muad tekot is not a muad tekot.
Because you might have thought that a muad
More pasha. No, it's
not
not
more possible. What would you have
Same-
thought? You would have thought
that this meaning fights with.
that in the same man he does fight, he's not scared of this man, even if it will be bigger than him.
And that's why you have to tell me that more the Ktanim is not more than them even within the same. Chumash Malon, the Le'avim.
There's a chiddush both ways. There's one psychology of the animals is not to start up with another man. Another psychology is not to start up with someone bigger than you, and you can't say which one is a bigger chiddush. Both of them are chiddushim. A papa like mebesha. The question is, do you have a baba or not? And even though it's only a baba, it's mamish opposites. If you say muad la A is not muad la B, okay. If you say muad for A and he's not a muad for B, that means when a stam is a muad for B. So this Vav makes a difference of what the stam is. If you don't know anything different, unless it was a muad for one thing, is that automatically a muad for the other one? That's not much makes a difference if you have the Vav or not. The Papa back ratio, Papa's going to bring a proof from the case earlier. It's not the first case, it's the second case. The first case was Mino and Mino, then it was Adam and Behema, then it was Vav and Katan. So it says more Adam, Eino more Behema. This Eino here is a question. Do you have here a Vav or not? That's part of the question. So if the Papa is going to prove that there should be without a Vav, what's the right from the case about man and animal? More Adam, Eino more Behema. More Adam, Eino more Behema. He starts up with people. Does that mean that automatically he's chashuv that he also starts up with animals or not? The Gemara's assumption is that it's much more difficult to start up with a man. If he starts up with a man, so he's surely going to start up with animals. Yeah, if you have the way I read it, that minastam is not a word. That if he starts up with people, even though he starts up with people, you should know that it's not a word. There's a big chiddush that it's not a word for animals. Told you a chiddush that's a man that even though he starts up with people, he damages people. It doesn't mean necessarily he's going to damage animals.
He likes his own thing.
What?
He likes his own thing. Other.
Yeah, like so. The point is that it's hard to start with a person. A person is a person. Afterwards, he knows that also. That he wouldn't start up surprise fast with a person. He starts up with a person. He should know chiddush that he's not going to fight with animals. But if the Mishnah reads that in a case we know that he's not a more the behemoth, but minas time you'd say there's a more the other is a more the behemoth. Again, if what did I say? I'm sorry. Aliyam ve'enam wood katani means that minas time heavy wood, which was what we would think. That if he's a more the Adam, he's a more the behemoth. He starts to be more people. Bava Kamma started with animals. I'm saying what?
No.
According to Rav's vid, means so the Mishnah told us before that more from behemoth to behemoth. We talked about there's three cases. The first case was animals with and the Mishnah told us already with the Vav, it told us that more from one type of animal is a more for another type of an animal. More for another is a more behemoth. It's not a chiddush, which is a big chiddush. To fight with one animal and then another animal, or to fight with a human and then to fight with an animal. The Gemara looks at it that, of course, it's a big chiddush to fight with a human than an animal. If you fight with an animal, with a human, you're surely going to fight with the animal. If that's what?
Even not its mean.
Even not its man. That means I'll throw in also that I'll throw it in that a human is also not mino. That human being is not mino of the ox. First, that's not a chiddush. I hope it's not a chiddush. That's not a chiddush. So, but first he told us that the ox to fight with a different animal, different type of animal, menastam, is a muad.
He gets angered up.
So I surely know that if he starts up with a human, he's gonna start up with a different man, with animal. That's the way you say it, because especially to the Gemara that to start up with a human is more difficult than to start up with an animal. So you told me that an animal to an animal, minastam, isn't more. So a human to an animal is surely a more. So the Mishnah wouldn't have to say it.
Maybe you'll say that another cow is much bigger than a human, and he's really more scared of other cows.
So I think the Gemara is not saying.
He's not going to say that.
Talking about the same sizes. As far as the size, it doesn't work out katan. That's another chiddush in the Mishnah. But the point about mino and amino, and then to talk about human and animal. So in the middle of a kasha now, the Marshal continues now, but I would rather stop here because get more clarity before we continue. But it's not. It's up to here. It's the middle of the sugya. It's not nice to stop over here, but if it's okay if we do. Thank you.
Welcome, Mario.
I heard the seat open yesterday.
That's true.
What is that?
Reboot.
Oh,
That's what I did.
He said, "Levi Yaakov is over."
From this invite. Our time.
Oh, you're gonna.
I-
I've seen many times. Insurance.